Hi guys, I'm here with Tim, who was the 13th person voted out of All Stars and the fifth member of our jury. So, hi Tim.
Hi, Elise. How's it going? Rough day, rough travel, but I'm here.
Yeah, very rough trouble.
Yes,
So, speaking of it being rough, did you expect it to go home?
that's tough to answer. I'll say no. And so I knew that me, Tommy, and Ben were in a pretty rough spot. And right before the tribal was happening, we were frantically scrambling, trying to figure out who's going to vote for us and how many votes we're going to get, and whether or not we can figure that out and have Ben's idol played on one of us. And because about an hour before tribal, Ben reveals that he has an idol, and we're not really getting anything from Nate. Um, we kind of suspected Nate might have flipped because he was being a little I don't want to say shifty, but he didn't really seem with us, and so we had suspicions that Nate would flip. And all that four side, that side of four being Milo, Alicia, Chi, and Fee, all they needed was one person to flip, and so we figured Nate could have possibly flipped on us. By tribal, we were pretty certain that things were not going to go well for us because people were giving us dodgy answers, and so we knew we needed that idol played on one of us, and we were trying to figure it out, but um, we couldn't. We weren't sure. Um, and ultimately, Ben just kind of took the safe route and played it on himself, and I went home. And I didn't really think I'd be the one going home. Milo ended up sending me a parchment of Ben, and he sent me a parchment of Ben, and I knew that was a little odd. He's like, hey, just what do you think? What do you approve? I was like, yeah, it's cool. But I knew he was trying to play me there, and I knew I saw right through it. Um, but Milo did swear to me that he wasn't voting me, but unfortunately he lied, and I wasn't really going to try and force Ben to play his idol on me. It was his idol. Obviously, I would have liked it, and um, but the whole cycle, I thought Ben was going home, so I didn't really expect it. That was a really long answer, but
No, we love a good long answer.
yes,
So, you touched on this a little bit, but Ben misplayed that idol.
yes.
What happened throughout this round from your perspective to lead to you going home?
So after Grace went home, I needed to lock down a solid alliance, majority alliance, where we could get the trio of Alicia, Chi, and Fee out, and Milo was with them as well. We need to get rid of that trio, in my opinion, because they were a really strong, tight group, and they kept winning immunity challenges, kept getting advantages, and so I needed to lock down a group that would just have a nice, easy, safe, boring vote and vote them out. Um, and so I said, listen, guys, I think we just need to target like Chi or Fee here because Alicia won immunity. And I said, like, we could get rid of Milo, but Milo's kind of a bigger threat, so maybe we could like not be targeted down the line because because Milo's playing a good game as well. And we tried to make it work, but it didn't end up happening. Nate was close to Fee, which I knew, and Ben was close to Chi. So it was a little bit complex. I did not anticipate Wes also flipping. Turns out he did. Um, but I tried to get one of the trio out because I had a good relationship with Milo, and they're a dangerous group, and I anticipate they will be a very dangerous group as time goes on.
So, sorry, Izzy asked a few questions. Some of the
Great.
ones she asked are standard ones I asked, so they'll be later. But so
Yes.
she asked Izzy, season 4 and season 5 for everyone listening. Do you feel like you burned your relationship with a few of the original Marat guys by placing too much trust in Courtney?
Maybe. I did. That's a tough question to answer, but generally I'd say yes. I did trust Courtney a lot, and that was a big mistake because um, Courtney was loyal to very, very many people, very quite a few, and she told me that she would be playing this game for me, and she really had my back. She would never do anything to intentionally screw my game up, and unfortunately, she accidentally revealed my safety without power advantage. So maybe I shouldn't have quite trusted her as much. But um, in terms of the Marak people, I don't think trusting Courtney was a hindrance to my relationship with the Marak people. Because at first Tommy was like a little upset and telling him about my safety without power advantage, as was Ben. But I mean, we got over it quick, and this vote, they were the only people that didn't turn against me. So, um, for the Marak people, it was fine. For the rest of the people in the game, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have trusted Courtney as much because I think that hurt my relationship maybe a little bit with Wes, maybe with Nate, maybe with Alicia, Chi, and Fee as well, and Mila.
So my voice is not doing it today. So
Okay.
she also asked, it's always your interview. Last time I was sick when I did yours, and now
Yes,
my
I
voice is
remember.
going.
Yeah.
So she also asked, how different is your game if you're not as trusting of Courtney?
How different is my game if I'm not as trust? Oh, yeah. So in another universe where I don't trust Courtney, I don't think it changes a lot. I don't feel as though that was a huge mistake I made. I think the safety without power thing was a bit of a problem, and I think it kind of screwed me over. Um, and I think that made me a target a little bit earlier on than I would have liked to. But I think I would have been targeted kind of regardless. I think turns out the jury would have liked to have voted me in the end, and I think a lot of people knew that. And I, had I not trusted her, I think things would be a little bit different. But I still think I'd still be sitting on the jury, unfortunately.
So Izzy also asked, do you know that Iz loves you and forever sees you as an
I
all-star?
do. I do. She's been the best confessional buddy ever.
Oh.
She'll love her back. She's great.
Okay, so what would you say your biggest regret from the game is?
That's tough. Sometimes I kind of just said like, had I trusted Courtney less, I'd still be screwed. But telling Courtney about the safety without power advantage was a bad idea. That was a regret. Um, I kind of regret telling Brandon. Brandon and I had this deal to choose each other first for the Star Summit situation, which was okay which I agreed to because I wanted to I had to put somebody first, and I didn't want to piss anybody off. So I was like, oh yeah, for sure, dude, I'll put you first. Turns out he was picked first, and then he stabbed me first, and then I went to the Star Summit, which I did not want because I knew I'd be a target from it, and I unfortunately, coincidentally, also got the safety without power from the Star Summit, coincidentally. But I'm not sure what my biggest mistake of the game was. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm not sure. I don't know.
A little bit more positively, what would you say
Yes.
that your proudest moment from the game is?
Ooh, I don't know. I guess going chronologically, 24-hour madness was complex. It was fun, but it was not a fun challenge to do. It was fun being up at like 3 a.m. just scoring points over and over and over. We still lost terribly, but I feel like I did well there. I don't know. During the swap tribe, I felt very good with a lot of people. Whether or not they felt good with me is a very different question, but I felt really good about the people I was with, and that was definitely a high as well. But I don't know. I don't really have a proudest moment. I am disappointed with how things ended up. I didn't win an immunity challenge. I didn't get past 8th place, which was at least one of my smaller goals. I really wanted to win. Obviously, everyone wants to win, but I really wanted to pull out the win. I wanted to at least get past 8th. I do somewhat regret not using my safety without power because I'd still be in the game if I did, but it's just so hard to know the right time to use it. And, I messed up there, but I don't know. It's kind of sad to say, but I can't place my proudest moment. I guess I don't know. I really liked this cast, and while I have a lot of um, I have a lot of thoughts on this cast as game players and that sort of thing. As people, I really like them. So proudest moment is being casted for this All Stars and really liking them.
Well, you should be proud of your game. You still made it to merge, and you got ninth, but there were 3 extra people on this cast, so it evens out. Um, so how did you plan to play coming into the season? Was it different to Kilimanjaro or very similarly?
Um, I never really go in with a plan, with a concrete plan. I kind of believe you have to be pretty adaptable, I guess, or so. I don't know. I don't really want to come in with a plan and be constrained by a certain plan or so. But I kind of just plan to do it the same as Kilimanjaro. Be a social player, have people like me, and then slowly ramp my game up as time goes on. I think I was playing a pretty good game pre-merge, in that a lot of people trusted me. I had a lot of strong allies, but I wasn't necessarily playing really hard. And that was my goal in the beginning of the merge too. For the first couple of votes, just relax a little bit, lay low, and try and hide. And then as time goes on, slowly get ramp up my game more and more and more. And that's why I was taking a much more active role in this vote against Fee and against G, because I knew that you know we're at final 9 here. I got to start playing hard if I want to have a very good case at winning at the end. Perhaps I started playing a little bit too early. Maybe I was doomed from the start because this jury really likes me. But you know, I tried my best. I think I fulfilled my plans. I just things I wish had gone a little bit differently.
So, kind of coming off of that, we've mentioned Courtney, but how did your relationships with Brandon, Wes, and Milo impact this
Yeah,
game coming out of where you've just played back to back together?
right, right. Starting with Brandon, um, Brandon and I have loosely kept in touch after Kilimanjaro. We were friends before. We were friends during the game, and then after the game, we kept in touch a little bit. Um, I thought he played an amazing game. We were friends on the jury, um, and we still talked from time to time. But going into the game, from what I've heard about Brandon, I was quite afraid of him. He was killing it on Fecta. I I firmly believed he was the one that found the idol. Like, he was playing really hard, even though I never went to tribal. Um, and on Marak, not Marak, when he was on Alioth in the swap tribe, I thought he was doomed because he was in a how many people were there? 42 minority? Yes, a 42 minority with 4 Alios, Vincent, and Brandon. And Brandon was Fecta, and he still survived. He was, I mean, he's a good player, and so coming to merge, I was afraid of hanging out with Brandon because he's a really good player. We weren't really aligned at that point because we were so far apart game wise. We never interacted beforehand, except in Kilimanjaro. But no, Brandon was good, and we have a great relationship. The game relationship, we struggled a little bit. He tried to target me a little bit, um, but and I tried to target him. Um, but ultimately, in the end, I did not want him going at his tribal because I didn't vote that way. I didn't want him gone because I knew big threats like Brandon, I wouldn't be targeted if a big threat like Brandon was still in the game. So I was disappointed he went out, but I mean, he's a great guy. He sent me that VL where he was like very supportive of me, and so we still have a great relationship. Wes and I were close after Kilimanjaro. I was a little mad at him in Ponderosa at first because he seemed a little like arrogant about his game, like where he's like, "I just played this amazing game," and so on. But it was a bit of a misunderstanding, and we got over it, and we were close after that. But in game, man, Wes has been tough. He he's pretty much betrayed the entire jury except for Kevin, where we unfortunately all voted out Kevin. But Wes has betrayed all of us. He came into this game telling me he felt terrible about how he betrayed me in Kilimanjaro. I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, I don't want to screw you over anymore. I want to have your back this time and help you out. Like, okay, cool. And I really trusted him because he kind of put our relationship on the on that statement where he's like, I don't want to betray you anymore, dude. But then he kind of betrayed me. So it'll be interesting to catch up with him. But generally, things are okay. I know a lot of the jury's pissed at him, but I'm not as pissed. Milo sent me a video today where he was crying, voting for me. He like in the show, he in front of the camera, he opened up the parchment and showed my name. He was really upset, and he legitimately did try to get the votes off me, but couldn't do it. And he voted with the majority. But Milo and I are still close, so I totally forgive him. And then that's everyone, I think. I'm rambling here, but that's just how it is.
No, it's fine. I do have a couple more viewer questions for
Yeah.
you. One of them is from our jury, which I don't know why I'm allowing, but Brandon asked about what you think about Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. So just started watching it. Me and Iz watched it together. It's awesome. I think we've only watched 1 or 2 episodes. Yes, I think we've watched 2 episodes. It's a great show. I really like it. Brandon said he'd vote me out if I didn't watch it. So I'm glad he didn't vote me out because I hadn't watched it by the time he was gone. No spoilers. I'm only on episode 2 as well, so it's all good. But it's a really good show, and Brandon is right. Brandon recommends it quite a bit to people, and he's right. You should watch it. It's good.
Jess from season 1,
Yes.
Krakatoa, and season 5.
Yep.
I've asked what your favorite cheese is.
My favorite cheese. This reminds me of the Tom's cereal skin question from last season. My favorite cheese, American, of course. I don't know. I don't really have anything. Philly cheesesteaks are a thing near me because I'm kind of close to Philly, and American cheese seems just to be the best one on it.
Okay, and cream cheese, going off Cheese the Spectator.
Yes.
How do you make such great haikus?
So for context on cream cheese is from one of my first orgs. We never played together. He played in season 3. I played in season 2. But after I lost terribly in my first couple of orgs, I just randomly found Phoenix org and decided to play. And then I saw cream cheese in the server, and I was like, huh, that's weird. But how do I make such amazing haikus? I don't know. Practice. I think Ben is way better at haikus than I am. I'm just the one that's famous for it. Like Ben's haikus are just next level. And I have done them for pretty much every single org I've done. I want to say my first org I did not do haikus, but just a lot of practice. That's how you get good at haikus. And mine aren't even that good. I'm just famous for it.
Who would you say left in the game that you're rooting for?
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I am rooting for Fee in a sense. I think Fee has a really good story in terms of how the game has gone, in that they have been a target in pretty much every single tribal. Let me see if there was a time when they weren't a target. Nope, I think they were a target every single tribal, and so I think they have a good story if they get to the end. But Fee's social game has not been great. Like they left me on red a lot. I was like, huh, that's weird. I haven't talked to Fee in a while, and I just realized it's because they left me on red. So I don't know if I could vote for them there, but I am kind of rooting for Fee because I just think it's a good story. Milo, I'm rooting for because he did legitimately have my back, but it just didn't end up working. Even though we never really worked together, which was a shame. He did have my back, which was awesome. I'm rooting for Tommy. I'd love to see Tommy get to the end because we were really close in the game. And I'd love to see him as a 2-time winner. That'd be super cool. I did have my concerns about letting winners go to the end because I knew the jury would love to reward a 2-time winner. But now that I'm part of the jury, yeah, I'd love to crown a 2-time winner in Tommy, and he's been playing a good game. So I'd love to see Tommy go far. Ben, I would be happy to see Ben at the end. I don't know if he's played the most amazing game yet, but I think he has the potential to go decently far. Do wish he played that idol on me, but alas, that's how it is. I think Wes has played a very strong game. Maybe a strong strategic game, but he's pretty much betrayed every single person on this jury, and we're all pissed at him. But the moves he's made has been kind of impressive. He's been a very active game player, active to the point where he screws everyone over, including myself. But if Wes can kind of own up to all his mistakes and like unjustifiable actions, that seems a little dramatic. But if he justifies his actions, I'd be happy to see him win. So we'll see.
Obviously that's who you're rooting for, but who do you actually think has the best chance of winning right now?
Ooh, let me look at the cast real quick. The best chance at winning. That's tough. Maybe Milo. Milo might have the best chance of winning it right now.
Is there anything else I haven't talked about that you want to bring up?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything, but I don't know. I assume we'll do cast association in a second here, right?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything, but I'm not sure as well. Have Tim do the jurors too. I'd love that. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything. I'm not sure. Kind of a lame answer to that question, but I'm stumped.
They keep asking me this, so I will. The spectators want some haikus about them.
Oh.
So
Can I?
That's up to you if you want to make some. If you want to do it on the
Is that
fly,
on the
you
spot?
can. If you want to do it as a VL later, up to you.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, right? I'm not great at haikus. I'm just known for them. Like Ben is very good at haikus. I'm just famous for my haikus. I'll try and do one off the spot, but we'll see. Okay. Here is the haiku. Love the spectators, my fans, my heart is full now. Love you all so much.
Amazing.
There
Okay,
you go.
the jury are demanding they also get a word association. So I'm gonna go through the jurors and then go through the people left in the game.
Yep.
So jury word association.
Yes.
So Kevin,
awesome music dad.
Courtney,
complex relationship.
Brandon,
Brandon. I'll just keep it simple. Great guy.
Grace,
Basically my little sister at this point.
and oh wait, Tim is you.
And that's me. Oh, that's perfect. The best.
I was
of
just
course.
reading the list. I was like, wait. Okay, so word association for the rest of the cast. So Alicia,
challenge beast.
Ben,
Lucky idol finder.
Chi,
Oh, inactive.
Milo,
Friend.
Nate,
This sounds kind of negative, but wishy-washy. I don't know.
Fee, Sophia or Fee.
Yeah, Fee. I think I said this for Chris last time, but mixed bag. And, I'll just leave it at mixed bag, but to explain it, they've been playing a very good social game, but, a very good strategic game, but not a very good social game. So mixed bag.
Tommy,
Partner in crime.
And Wes.
um, I'll just give him a -1 backstabber. Sorry, Wes. It's kind of true
Well,
though.
thank you so much for joining me for this interview, and
Of
thank you
course.
so much for playing this season.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's
And
been really cool to be casted, so thank you.
I hope you enjoy your time in Ponderosa until the
I
finale.
will
Actually,
try.
one last question.
Yes.
Do you think it's going to be a final 2 or final 3?
Yeah, so at first I assumed final 3 was a 21-person cast, but in preparation for the quiz, the final 9 immunity challenge quiz, I realized you guys kind of do final 2s fairly often, so I think it's going to be a final 2.
I guess we'll find out. Well, thank you so much, Tim, and enjoy
You're
time in
welcome. Thank you.
Ponderosa.
Yes, thank you, Elise.